Okay, in this short video I'm going to show you how to read a section 149/2. As you're well aware of in your research, you will know that we have to get a 149 to proceed any further. With the granny flat we need it for our certifier, we actually needed to see if we can do a CDC or do a DA. They're pretty simple to read once you've seen a few of them. Read a couple of them. I'll just run through it with you. Well, the first thing we have to figure out if it's correct zoning. So this actual property is in, the zone is R2 low density residential. In your research you would have learnt that you can build granny flats under a CDC from R1 to R5 zonings. Don't forget that R5 zoning is rural residential, and generally they do want a DA done. So now we'll just flick down through here and keep going. All this stuff here is really just telling us what you can and what you can't do on that block. That's irrelevant to us. Have to be really a town planner to understand it. So we'll just keep going down. We know what it's zoned for. So what we're looking for is see if this land qualifies to do a CDC. Now it should be just down here somewhere. Just keep scrolling down. Each 149 from every council that I've been to are a little bit different, but generally state the same stuff in it. Alright, now this is where we are, compliant development. So it just runs through saying an extent of land on which the plan may be carried out under each of the codes for complying development because of the visions of the clauses. Those clauses are the ones that we just scrolled through. So down here it will tell us. Here we go. So we're under the General Housing Code, R2. So the General Housing Code and the Rural Housing Code. Compliant development under the General Housing Code and Rural Housing Code may be carried out on this land. So what's that? That is actually saying that we can do a compliant development. Now what we have to do is keep scrolling down and make sure that we don't need any extra reports or something there that may warrant us to do a DA. So we'll have a look at this. It's under the coastal protection, no. Certain information relating to beaches and coasts, no. So that's all good. As long as you keep seeing all these no's, generally everything's pretty good. So it's under the local act, no. Mine subsidency. This particular block's not under the mine subsidency board. If it is, generally what we have to do is email the full plans and a little letter to the mine substances board for approval, which is generally never a problem. Is under the road widening and road realignment. No. So it's all good. Landslip. It's not under landslip. Generally in landslip, if it says yes, generally if the block's not too steep, the certifiers won't really worry about it. Bushfire. This block is actually under the New South Wales Rural Bushfiring Code. So what we have to do is scroll down and see if it is under bushfire. It does state here, please note that this is a statement of council policy only and not a statement on whether or not the property is affected by bushfire. The question is answered in section 11 of this certificate. So we'll scroll down to that on the way down. Is it under title? No. Substancy? No. This is another biggie. Acid sulfate soil. In other words, the land contaminated with acid sulfate. This particular one's not. If it is, we have to get a soil test and a report done, and generally that costs around about $1,400. Is the land contaminated? No. So that's all good. Any other risks? No. This is another biggie too, flood-related development controls. It's not under flood, which is good. If it is under flood, obviously we have to do a flood report. Generally we can do this through the council, and what that report does is determine our floor level heights. Generally, we have to be 300 mil above the highest recorded flood level in 100 years. So this is not affected by flood. And the flood also too doesn't really affect your CDC. Generally, we can do a CDC on a flood. So I just keep scrolling down. Land reserve for acquisition. No. Contribution plans. The name of each contribution plan applying to the land. 05 Castle Hill. That'll be your section 94s and whatever. We'll scroll down that a bit later. Biodiversity certified land. No. So that's all good. And here's this section 11 here. Bushfire prone land. Has the land been identified as a bushfire prone land? No, so that's good. So everything virtually is ticked. Property vegetation plans, no. It's under no dispute between neighbours. If they've got trees, no. Direction on the part 3, no. So no. As long as you keep seeing these no's, we're going all right. So we'll just keep scrolling down. No development plans apply. Site vegetation certificate. No, we don't need one of them. No. That's all good. And that's about it. Now this down here should tell us what we can do under the zoning of R2. So permitted with consent is home business, home occupations, which we're trying to do. Permitted with consent, prohibited. So they're all the things that we can't do. So there you go. That's a pretty quick run through of a section 149/2. And like I said, we're going to need one of these every job that you go to. So generally we try to get these before we go out and do our site inspections off the owners. If they haven't got one, don't worry, we can organise that for them anyway.